So yeah, we're going to talk about that because that's a big deal here in California, and it affects value. I've seen it affect value. That's how I'll say it.
And it's not, as we were talking earlier, it's just not foothill or rural or high fire danger areas. It's affecting everywhere in the valley.
Absolutely.
As it relates to insurance and being able to insure your home affordably.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. I'm not even sure I'm going to say affordably right now, okay? I'll be honest with you.
More affordable?
More affordable. So maybe more affordable. So we have areas that are high risk, okay? And so when we have a high risk area, there are several insurance companies that you guys have read the headlines that they pulled out of California. They're not writing any new policies.
Right.
I have a client that's an insurance gal, and the insurance companies that she deals with is only allowing her to write one policy a month. That's it.
In the high risk areas?
Yes.
Or
just one a month. No.
Wow.
And so she's very limited. Like, she's been laughing, I'm going to go get another job somewhere, right? Because she can't write anything. So we've got that going on. So high risk areas. So we had, and I'll give you an example. We have a house that's in escrow up in Squaw Valley, up in the mountains. Okay. And that house, the fire did not even get close to that house. That house is probably at least located 45 minutes from the actual fire line, okay? Well, when there's an existing fire, an active fire in your area, when you have a house that's in escrow, nobody will write an insurance policy for that house until that is 100% contained. That fire is 100% contained. So
it's not risk averse, or adversive. It's we're not going to even think about it.
They won't do it,
knowing that there's an active fire in the area, whatever that means.
That's right. So when we had the Big Creek fire several years ago, there were properties in Coarse Gold, which is way far away from that, and they weren't writing any policies. So that's one thing we deal with, okay? So if it has to be contained. The other thing we dealt with in that house, now that fire is 100% contained, but the other thing we dealt with on that is now the insurance company, and this is the California FAIR plan, wants 3 pictures of the outside of that house to show that there's no burn lines.
So the fire didn't come close?
Absolutely. So you're dealing with that in those areas, okay? And then on top of it, because we have a lot of places that they won't even write a policy for up there at all.
Did they say they want that so that they don't get a claim within a month that something's already happened?
They didn't even specify. They just said this is required. That's it. I'm assuming they just want, because what had happened if it was pretty close and you could see the fire line on the top of the hill, right? I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't have written the policy. We don't know.
Wow.
We were lucky that it wasn't. But it makes the premiums really high for the people there. And I'll just tell you guys, for that home, 2,200 square foot home with 5 acres, the California FAIR plan is roughly right around $10,000 for the year.
And that's in Squaw Valley.
That's in Squaw Valley. So it'd be kind of the same if you're going up to Shaver, Bass Lake.
So it's a rural, could be ag land, it could be, but just rural
anything where they
land.
think you can throw a match and light and it's gone, right? So we have that going on right now, which makes it hard.
So 10 grand a year. And that doesn't really include any liability.
No.
And it does include things like electrical, plumbing, breakages like you would in
lawsuits.
Like you would have in your normal homeowners.
No. It's very limited.
Did they find that they could find an insurance company who would insure against those losses and not the fire? So if you have the FAIR plan,
you have to find that yourself. They only give you the basics, so that if your house was to burn down, you'd have a house. You could rebuild that house. But anything else that goes along with what we have on our normal, and I'm not an expert in that, by the way, okay? But it's enough in our industry that we need to know a little bit about it.
Liability would be the big one.
Well, yeah. So you're buying a house at $400,000. Will you be able to afford $10,000 insurance policy on your home
a year?
So that's something that we have. So we've got different things. We love California, okay? I do, but we just have a lot going on here. So it's a little difficult right now in our industry with that.
It is. And didn't you say there was another issue a few months ago with something in town?
Oh, Lord. Yeah. So we had an escrow, buyer, seller, moving forward. The house was built in the 50s. We had a roof inspection on the house, and the house wasn't leaking, nothing. It wasn't a shake roof, it was a comp. And they had a drone that went flying over and said that roof is more than 15 years old, which it was, and we're not going to insure you. And when your policy is up, so for the seller, the policy was up in June, this was in May. So in June, we are going to cancel your policy unless you put a new roof on that house.
Whether he sold it or not.
Whether he sold it or not. And then the gal that was buying it couldn't get insurance on it, period.
Because they had to have a new
these
roof.
Insurance, well, they all cross over. They all talk to each other.
Is there collusion?
Huh?
Collusion?
Oh, maybe, right? So that's in town. That's here in town. So we've had some of that come up. My insurance policy, I don't mind sharing, was right around $900 for the year last year. My insurance policy in town, tile roof, no trees around me, went up $600 for the year.
I was listening, it's funny you mentioned that, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and there was an insurance guy, and they were talking about, California was one of the states, they were talking about many states, and one of the things that the insurance company mentioned for rates going up was with the inflation that's hung around for now 3.5 years, just the cost to rebuild and the cost of materials has gone up. And I don't think the first year or two, I don't think they took really much of an increase, but they are now.
Now they are.
I don't remember what mine went. I think mine went up $400.
Well, and that also, with rebuilding, you'll take the Big Creek fire. As I was just up at Shaver last weekend, and not all those houses are rebuilt. You got a lot of people that are, and I wonder if that has something to do with it, that they have their trailers on their property,
right?
But they haven't rebuilt yet.
No, there's just a few. I was up there Sunday.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy. I'm thinking maybe that might, might have something to do with it.
Yeah, so. They could use it as a camping spot, but if they can't get insurance to rebuild their house,
right? Just scary. It's just scary, kind of what's going on. So we have a few things going on with that here in town. If you can't get regular insurance from Farmers, State Farm, any of these,
Progressive.
any of them, then the only alternative you have is to go to the California Fair Plan. Okay, and so with that being said, I'm gonna take these off. The California Fair Plan. Let me get my right paper here. Catherine doesn't know what she's doing here. Coverage, that's what I'm looking for, right? And again, John and I are not experts in this. It just affects buyers, sellers, and the real estate industry as a whole, okay, you guys? So the California Fair Plan, this is from their site, offers basic property insurance, including fire and lightning, coverage for damage caused by the fire or lightning, which we just had that happen up there out of Sanger. Smoke, so damage resulting from smoke, or an internal explosion, damage from explosions occurring within the property. So there are limitations. That's pretty much all it covers, to be honest with you guys. So it doesn't cover liability, like you said. Protections against lawsuits for accidents or injuries on your property. Doesn't do that. It doesn't cover theft or burglary. Okay, and it doesn't cover water damage from like flooding and stuff. So you're really kind of stuck for a bit. And my advice is that for the people that are buying, I don't care where you're buying in California, make sure if you're going to buy a home that you check your insurance the day you go on.
Exactly.
Or maybe even before. Who knows, right? Give them a price on a house you're going to buy and kind of the area.
Or even a house in an area. Is this insurable and what cost that's the same size or similar in age?
Yeah.
And just see if that's even feasible. Because we talk a lot about home prices, we talk about a lot of interest rates and how they're making homes up more or less affordable. Well, now you got a third one, which is insurance.
Yeah.
And if you can't get insurance, you can't buy the home.
That's exactly it. So that's really important up front. And think about, so John, what do you think? Do you think it affects our home values in those high risk areas?
It absolutely does. Well, just look at what's happening up in Shaver Lake. Mm-hmm. There is nothing for sale, nothing, just very little. And the biggest question people have is, can I get insurance? I was looking at a condo up there, and kind of interesting, one of the notes by the agent, and I understand she's on the board of that condo, said that they had gotten a reduction in their fire insurance. However, it wasn't reflected that they're actually changing the HOA, but she said that, it should change, a couple $100 next year. So we'll see.
So here's my question: how in the world did they get the reduction? Because
Correct. 'Cause everything else is going up.
everything else is going up, right?
Yeah, I just thought that was very strange.
That is a little strange. But I found too that there isn't a lot listed up there. There's homes, but so I just listed something, a little perk for it up in Shaver. So if you need something up there, it's really cute, only 2 years old.
Shameless plug.
Gonna plug it a little bit, okay? So message me and I'll get you the information. So when I was running the sales up there and the comparables and stuff, there were times where you'd throw a house up there on the market, nobody would question the price.
Yeah,
It would just sell.
Just sell.
Just sell.
Anymore.
Everything up there that I looked at has had a decrease
Mhm.
in what they originally listed it for. And I'm not the expert on the insurance thing, but I can almost guarantee you that the lack of interest up there and the prices reducing, it's scaring people.
Well, I saw several, and this is just a conjecture, but I saw several that bought in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're selling.
Yeah.
They're vacation rentals.
Yeah.
Those are full all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wonder if they can't get insurance or it's just making it so they can't make money anymore.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you pay cash for it, that's kind of different. You don't have to worry about a mortgage payment or
Correct.
anything, but not everybody pays cash for it. So, yeah, so it's we say it, we love California. I mean, I'm still here, right? There's so many perks, but man, we've got some struggles in our real estate right now with insurance. I think that's a big deal right now. And just be proactive if you're going to buy something, because we want you to buy things, obviously, right?
Why don't we attach this document
Yeah,
to the video so people can just download it and read it if they'd like.
yeah.
If you have any questions, they can reach out to us.
Because we're just here to kind of give you an awareness about it.
Yeah.
And we don't ever want you guys blindsided. We try as realtors to do that with our clients. So anyway, that was kind of something I thought was important for us to share.
Yeah, it's not about buying and selling. It's sometimes just all the things you never think about until you are starting to buy and sell.
That's
And
right.
probably something you should think about long before you buy and sell.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So it's been fun. It's
All right.
always fun.
I like your new digs.
Thank
I think
you.
We'll,
I
we'll
do
do
too.
another one here.
Awesome.
All right. You guys have a great day. If you like, share, we'd really appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Comment too. Talk to us, right?
Right.
So,
Excellent.
all right. Bye, guys.
See you later.